happened. Do you remember when we...
I love you. Oh, I ain't mean to say that.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's literally what happened. We would like, he would drive. Wait, no, I would drive. He didn't have a car. I would drive and I would like drop him off somewhere and I'd be, all right, I love you, bye. And remember? And I used to be like, oh, I didn't mean that.
An incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest. Always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Could Travis Hunter really be about to drop a transfer bomb in the middle of the season? Because if the chatter online is anywhere close to the truth, this move ain't about stats, contracts, or even the scoreboard. It's about drama. Word is, this whole mess circles back to his wife, Leanna, and not the game at all. Fans are convinced one of his own Jaguars teammates got a little too friendly with her, and you already know exactly what that means. But here's the kicker. The timing is insane. This ain't an off-season shuffle or a quiet end-of-year trade. We're talking mid-season, out of nowhere. The internet is eating it up, calling it personal, messy, and downright embarrassing if even a piece of it is true. People are digging up old clips, shady locker room whispers, and pointing to a marriage that's already had cracks showing for a while. If that's the case, Travis walking away might be the calmest thing in this whole storm. Now, transfers in the NFL?
Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life.
They happen all the time. Players switch teams, chase bigger contracts, or follow the money. But the way Travis Hunter's situation is unfolding? Oh, this one's got a different flavor. This is a dude hyped as one of the Jags' future stars, suddenly packing up mid-season. Not at the end of the year, not during the regular trade window, right in the middle of the grind. And when something like this hits, you know the first question, what really went down? If this was just about football, you'd expect the same safe PR talk. It's business. I'm ready for a new opportunity.
I did do some Zillow researching for a house last night, so I had a feeling.
I'm sure you have talked to everybody about playing both ways, offense and defense. What are we thinking? Is there, you're leaning towards one more than the other, or do you really want to go 100% both ways?
Nah, I'm not leaning to one or the other. You know, I'm going 100%. As much as they put on my plate, I'm going to do the best that I can to, you know, take it all in and, you know, do my job.
Awesome. Congratulations,
love it.
Travis. Enjoy the ride, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just focusing on my career. But the way Travis has gone completely quiet, that's making people side-eye the whole thing, especially when you remember how loud and proud he was the day the Jaguars drafted him. And that's why the internet is on full detective mode, Reddit threads blowing up, Twitter digging deep, TikTok running frame-by-frame breakdowns. Everyone's trying to connect the dots. And no matter where you scroll, one theory just keeps coming back like a bad echo. This ain't about his stats, it's about his personal life. More specifically, the whispers say one of his own teammates might have stepped way over the line with Leanna. If that's true, we're talking more than just a messy headline. This could flip his whole career upside down. At first, it was all cryptic hints, stuff like check the roster or look at who she's been talking to. But then, fans on Reddit and TikTok started getting bold, dropping actual names. The story making the rounds is that one of Travis's Jaguars teammates got a little too close to Leanna, and the way people tell it, you don't even need a full explanation. One look, and you know something's off. Still, nobody's confirming anything. The team's zipped up, Travis is stone silent, and Leanna's vanished from social media. Not a single post. But she did once say in an interview that she keeps her marriage solid by not letting social media dictate it. And now people are replaying that quote like it's a hidden clue. But you know how the internet plays. Silence doesn't kill rumors, it feeds them. And the real gasoline on this fire? The fact that it lines up a little too well with things people have already seen before. That old clip from months back. Leanna allegedly leaning in, chatting it up with a Jaguars player, is making the rounds all over again. And now fans are watching it with a whole different set of eyes. The part that's hitting fans the hardest, If the guy in that clip is the same player being whispered about now, it means this tension has been brewing in that locker room for months. That could explain why things started feeling off way before this even hit the headlines. The signs were subtle but there. Reports of weird vibes at practice. Fans noticing certain players who used to laugh and chill with Travis suddenly keeping their distance.
Finally got to get a shot at the blindsided. God, now you're so good. I'm shooting him through the blindsided. Lean over the left. The other side has fair. Other side of the fair.
Even in press conferences, the air felt tight, like everyone was choosing their words very carefully. No one stepping up to say, yeah, there's drama, and the team is putting on their best, everything's fine face. But when you really watch, it's hard to miss that Travis doesn't look the same. He's quieter, not cracking jokes with the guys like he used to. And when he's on the sidelines, he's off to himself, almost like he's guarding his space. If the rumor about his teammate and Leanna is even halfway true, it makes perfect sense. Imagine trying to practice, travel, and share a locker room with someone you can't even look in the eye. And once fans started connecting that dot, this whole thing stopped feeling like football and started looking like one of those behind-the-scenes messes that reality TV wishes it had. If the locker room was tense, home wasn't exactly peaceful either. Stuff like that doesn't just stay on the field. It follows you into the car, into the kitchen, even into the stands.
Is dancing his way out of the green room in.
And fans started catching little moments that spoke louder than words. There's that wedding clip Travis leans in and she turns her head fast. Bet you caught that one. Then later, at a game, cameras catch them in the stands, faces tight, talking low, eyes locked, but not in a sweet way. No yelling, no big scene, just that sharp, quiet, back and forth couples have when they're clearly not on the same page. Now put those moments side by side with the teammate rumors and their silent Instagram feeds. It starts to look less like random snapshots and more like a pattern. Not hard proof, but you can feel the pressure. For him, every snap at practice probably came with a side of what's everyone saying now. For her, every public appearance became a body language breakdown on social media. And before anyone says people are reaching, these are just the signs fans have already seen and quietly clocked. None of it screams, it's over, but all of it whispers, something's off. That slow burn doesn't explode overnight, it simmers. And right when it looked like they were trying to ride it out, Travis started changing up his routine in a way nobody could miss. After all those little hints in their marriage, people realized the changes weren't just happening at home.
An incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
They were spilling over into the field, and that's when the speculation went into overdrive. It wasn't just spilling into his home life, it was taking over his whole lifestyle. Travis used to be everywhere off the field. Charity events, hanging with friends, surprising fans at random meetups. He'd post fun off-season clips that had people smiling. But lately, nothing. No public outings, no casual fan moments, no lighthearted videos. It's like he went from being everywhere to barely anywhere at all. And on the rare occasions he did pop up, something felt off. No Leanna by his side, just that same locked-in, distant look, like his mind was somewhere else entirely. And that's when fans started thinking maybe he wasn't just avoiding a certain teammate. Maybe he was dodging entire situations to keep from being seen. And the timing couldn't have been messier. Right when the online chatter about him and Leanna was peaking, he went full low profile. And instead of jumping online to clear the air or post something to shut it all down, he stayed silent, letting the speculation snowball. Some people swear that's when it was obvious he'd already made up his mind, not just about the marriage, but about his spot on the team. Then came the next rumor, and it made everything feel like it was headed one way only. Word is, Travis and the teammate at the center of all this didn't just keep their distance. They finally had it out. Allegedly, it went down after practice, away from the cameras, but close enough that others could see something was definitely going on. No one's putting their name on what was said, but let's be real. Given all the talk flying around, you don't need a play-by-play to guess the subject. For a lot of fans, this was the yep, it's over moment. You just don't share a field or a locker room when the tension is that thick. By the time this story really started making waves in fan spaces, It stopped feeling like gossip and started looking like a quiet confirmation. And while Travis kept his side sealed tight, Leanna's silence was starting to speak louder than words. She vanished. No social media posts, no appearances at games, not even a glimpse in the usual behind-the-scenes content. For someone who normally had at least some public presence, the sudden disappearance was impossible to miss. Fans clocked it right away. A short break from posting, that's one thing, but this felt bigger. Like she was avoiding the spotlight altogether. So officially, they both stayed quiet. But the whispers didn't slow down. And with the way the timing lined up, it was almost impossible for fans not to connect the dots. The question shifted from if Travis would leave to how he was going to do it. For now, Travis isn't talking. Leanna's keeping her head down, and the Jaguars aren't saying a word, which means the only way we're getting the full story is if someone finally breaks the silence. And if that day ever comes, the headline won't be about the transfer. It'll be about why it happened. And that's the part the NFL might not be ready for. If you're deep in this drama like we are, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what drops next. See you in the next video.